Hey, everybody. Welcome to yet another edition of The Grease Trap.
Whoa.
Yep.
You want to hear something pretty fucking funny?
What's
Hear
that?
something funny, TJ?
What's that? Yeah, I want to hear something funny, Scotty. Tell me something funny. All right, here. I'm going to try not to laugh, Sky. That's my challenge.
All right. Dude, you guys know what this is.
Yeah, silly strings.
Silly string. Crazy. They call it crazy string, whatever. It's probably because silly string's actually a thing. So I guess Taylor had this plan last night. Like, she's going to get me up here. She's going to get me with this crazy string shit. And, dude, if I wasn't an atheist, I tell you, I would actually believe in divine fucking intervention. Because Taylor kept popping around, sneaking around, like, I'm going to spray you. I'm like, you're not going to spray that shit in here. There's no fucking way. It's the studio. So she comes up right behind my desk. And I can actually, maybe I'll just pick up the cam and show you. So there's the dank D&D table right there. And that fucking saved me. She fucking, she pops up. And she's about to spray me. Her shoulder and back slam the fuck into that table. Slam the fucking, like, dude, I'm like, she went down, dude. Like, I felt bad. Like, I almost silly stringed her, but I was like, it was a big red mark and shit. I'm like, dude, I've never seen a case of hoist on their own petard so fucking badly. Like, you went to fucking get my ass and went, boom! And I'm like, divine intervention.
This
I'm
guy,
like, baby, God is real. He
You
protects me from your crazy string attack.
you missed
And I
a
almost
fucking
sprayed her,
golden
dude.
opportunity. You should have sprayed her.
Dude, I'm telling you, she was in such pain that
I
it was
know
like,
that's what would have made it the funniest thing ever, dude.
Dude, I couldn't do it, man. Like, maybe if it was you or somebody else, I could have done it. But like, I just felt bad at that moment. I was like, oh man, because like she's like, ah, like, dude, she had a fucking huge red mark, dude. I'm not saying like she hit it. It was like, ow. It was like she was on the ground in pain. I held it in my hand. I'm like, were you gonna spray me? And she's like, yes. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I want to fucking spray you so badly, but you're actually in such pain, and I feel like you've already suffered enough. I know you guys probably would have fucking went ahead and sprayed.
I'd have sprayed her.
That's how you guys are, but I'm
Yeah.
a saint, so I spared her that.
I mean, dude, you can talk the big talk, but TJ ain't gonna be spraying Chelsea, and that's
Yeah, if Chelsea was on the ground, fucking.
Oh, yes, I would. Yes, I fucking would.
Damn. Tell Chelsea that.
I will.
Yeah,
All right.
all right.
Oh, dude, TJ, have fun sleeping on the couch, my man.
It'd be worth it for that.
That couch can be nice and comfy. If I was hurt, TJ, you wouldn't help me? No, I fucking spray you with crazy string.
Because it's just too funny not to.
You're a piece of shit, TJ.
Insult to injury, bitch.
I'm bleeding everywhere. The blood and the crazy stringer mixing together. Look at you. Oh, they're not. Oh, she's not moving. Oh, she's dead.
Spray the corpse with crazy string.
Ambulance arrives. Spray, you guys are crazy string.
Spray the EMTs.
Come on, dude. Knock that shit off. TJ.
Trying to save a life here.
Crazy string.
God bless crazy string.
Nah, dude. I'm like fucking Jack Sparrow in the first Pirates, dude. I'm saving this for one person. I think you guys know who that is.
Of course.
Dude, I'm gonna get fucking Stevie so good.
When you ride alone, you ride with Hitler. Yeah, get Stevie, dude.
Oh
Get
no,
him.
dude! I'm fucking like I'm making sure, like I'm planning that shit, and I'm waiting for the right time. I'm
Dude.
like he thought I forgot about it. It's been like a year or two. It's like he's gonna be like, oh, I'm comfortable with that, man. He's gonna be gotten fucking good.
Dude, I had a dream that, like, there was this frog and it was dying and it was Stevie's frog. And we were all like, oh, man, what are we going to tell Stevie? So when Stevie walked in the door last night, because I was visiting Mom and Steve, or maybe it was the night before. I don't remember when it was. But Stevie walked in the door. I'm like, yo, Stevie, sorry about your frog, man. And he's like, what? Sorry about your frog. Your frog died. And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean, oh, yeah? I'm fucking making this up for my dream. What the hell? You just agree to anything?
Only Stevie, dude.
Oh, yeah, I'm a frog, yeah. It's like, what?
That's a TJ tactic, though.
You didn't have no damn frog? What the fuck?
Like sometimes you just go with whatever you're saying, because you like to do shit like that. You
That's
like to
true.
say things that make completely no sense. So,
But he was like, I don't know. It wasn't like that, you know? He was like, yeah, my frog. Then it turned out, I called him on. He's like, yeah, I actually stepped on a frog a few days ago. And I'm like, huh? Prophecy.
Well, Stevie's got like a big thing with animals. Like he gets like really upset if like they die, and it's like weird because like he actually had this horrible story. I'm not probably gonna tell it right now, but Stevie's done some fucked up shit to animals. Like, your mom told a story about like, how she was driving home and she like a bat like swooped in front of her car. They hit the bat. Like, oh no, we killed the bat. And Stevie's like, oh, the bat, the bat. So they drive home. And where do they find the bat? But on the fucking hood of the car, dead. And then he's like, oh, the bat! We gotta bury the bat! And they actually wouldn't bury the bat and all that. So he like Stevie takes shit hard, man. Like he crushed that little frog. He felt it, man. He's like, man, I'm a piece of shit. I killed that frog. Oh, dude, not me, man. Like it's not that I would go out of my way, but all these like little skinks or whatever kept living by our trash can. I kept like rolling over him, killing him until it was like, don't kill them. So every time I find a dead one, I pretend like I'm like, oops, I'm like, Taylor, oh no, I killed this thing. I killed another one. She's like, why did you kill it? I'm like, I didn't see. Of course, they're already dead to begin with because I don't know. It's just one of those fucking weird things. Like some people get really upset about it. It's like, dude, like, I mean, I don't want to kill these little animals, but they get in my fucking way and I don't see them. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, I don't mean to fucking do it.
who said what?
Who said what? Talk about killing animals, Paul. You ever killed an animal?
Oh yeah, man.
You killed some animals, Paul?
Killed a lot of animals, bro.
I've killed a lot of animals. Most inadvertently, though.
Killed a lot of Charlie. Killed a lot of VC back in Nam too. But
Oh, Paul.
I don't like talking about it.
You shouldn't.
But I will if you guys want.
The only animal I ever think I've heard about you killing is you killed like a possum or something once. TJ, have you ever killed an animal?
I mercy killed a possum.
Yeah, but that wasn't even really like you were being a dick. That was like it was fucked up. And come on,
It was laying on the ground with its guts hanging out. It was dead.
yeah,
It was
like
suffering, so I killed it. And
you did the right thing on that one.
as an adult, I think I've run over a cat or something. You know, like
Oh damn, dude.
Yeah, I ran over a cat too.
I hit a dog once, didn't kill it. I got on my brakes and like the dog hit the front of my car and then ran off and shit. So I probably injured a dog.
Dude, I take that like way more seriously. Like if it was a dog or a cat, I'd feel way worse.
I worked at a lot of rural schools and shit where people just let their fucking dogs run around and shit. And it was tough. But I've never like purposefully killed an animal that, except for that possum.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I buried a bunch of frogs. I think I've told that story.
Yeah. That's pretty much the only time. Well, I mean, like, yeah. Well, I mean, with a car, it's a little bit different. I mean, unless you're swerving out of the way to hit the animal. That's how most of mine happened. Dude, I killed a family of skunks, not on purpose. They were just crossing in the middle of, like, we briefly lived in Illinois. They were just crossing some fucking back road in the middle of the night with no light.
I remember that. Scotty's like, hey, want to see something funny? I'm like, no, Scotty, there's a family of skunks there. Don't do it. And he just, boom, just runs them down.
Yeah, you weren't there, TJ.
I just killed an entire family of skunks.
Tell you what, you were paranoid to drive the car because it's after I killed all those skunks, the car smelled like weed.
Yeah, it sure did.
Like we washed the car 3 fucking times, and it's like this car just like reeks.
You can't get that fucking skunk smell out.
I mean, there's a reason they call it skunk, dude.
Yeah, I know. But it smells just like weed, so it's like the car just smells fucking. It just reeks like fucking weed. You know what I mean?
Did you remember that fucking horrible fucking house, dude?
Which one?
The what? Which one?
We've lived in a lot of horrible houses. The one in Illinois? Yeah, I remember it.
A fucking house that was basically exposed to the elements and shit.
Yeah, the house with no insulation.
Hole in it.
Had a train that rolled by every fucking 5 minutes and shook the whole house. Yeah.
You guys ever like a cat piss strain of weed?
Yeah. I mean, I've smoked weeds that smell like fucking cat piss and just human piss too.
Yep.
Smelled weed that smells like fucking dog shit. I mean, I don't know. Weed has a lot of fucking smells, and usually they're not that great.
They're great if you know it's weed, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine with smelling cat piss if it's cat piss weed.
You walk into a room like, ugh, what the fuck is that? Got some cat piss in here? It's like, nah, dog, that's weed. It's like, oh,
Wait a minute.
Hold on, I'm reassessing this smell.
What's crazy is if you smoke a lot of weed, how you become like immune to the smell. Unless like maybe you're like in public and you're like, man, it smells a little interesting here. But like in your home and shit, it's like, because like I'll have mom or something come over here and she's like, this house, you know, kind of thing. And it's like, what? I don't smell nothing. And Taylor be like, no, the house does smell bad. The house smells horrible.
The house smells so bad, Scotty.
That's why I have this.
You got it. The house it smells so bad. Taylor's idea of cleaning is just to like take everything that you need to use and just like shove it somewhere that you can't see. It's like, oh, if it's all hidden, then it's clean. Hidden is clean. In the open is dirty. Oh no.
Oh, dude, I don't even fight about that, man.
I wouldn't either. I don't blame you.
I go along with the program. It's like if the house has to be cleaned,
there's certain battles you just gotta fucking be like, nope, this ain't worth fighting, man.
Yep, the house has to be cleaned this way. The house must be cleaned this. Yes, go clean the house this way now.
Yes, mistress.
Yes, whatever you say.
Why don't you talk about your feelings? It's like, I don't have any.
I don't know what those are. Oh God.
I have to make some up. Oh shit! What would a character in a movie say?
Oh damn!
God damn women!
You got emotions, too.
God damn women! I have them, but they're like so buried under a fucking mountain of fucking repressed bullshit. I don't know what the fuck they are.
You need to fucking go sit on the couch with fucking Freud, dude, or fucking.
I need to just go. I need to fucking meditate and get to the core of my fucking being or whatever the fuck. Figure this shit out. So I can actually answer these fucking questions. How do you feel about this? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? It's like,
next time, just give the answer to the riddle of steel. Be like, I do not know the answer to that, but I do know the answer to the riddle of steel.
Yeah. Next time, maybe I'll just make a pose to her like, oh yeah, well, you want to know that? Well, I want to know the answer to the riddle of steel.
There you go. And if she can't give you an answer, you're like, well, we're both an impasse.
I guess we both don't know shit.
I don't fucking know. I don't know nothing, man. That's one thing I know is I don't know a fucking thing.
Got to get in touch with your feelings, boys.
Yeah, I know.
You really do.
Paul, are you in touch with your feelings? You think?
Most of the time, yeah.
That's good.
Like I know how to use the feeling language instead of accusatory language.
Teach us, Paul. Teach us the way.
Well, if you really like want to talk about your feelings with somebody, you can't use the word you.
You, right.
You have to talk about yourself. Like you have to say, I feel sad. You can't say you make me feel sad because that's all just like, you're piling up accusatory language. You've got to take ownership of your feelings. That's how you do it. I feel sad. This situation has made me feel very sad, very insecure, or whatever. You got to get in touch with that shit, TJ.
Yeah. I mean, like, even imagining myself saying the sentence, I feel sad, makes me feel deeply uncomfortable.
Why?
I don't know.
You feel sad, though, don't you?
For some reason, I'm okay. I guess I'm okay saying when I'm uncomfortable. But if I was sad and I was like, I feel sad, that's like weird to me.
Yeah, see, that's because you've been taught, like most males in the Western world are taught to, men don't talk about shit like that. We don't, but we have all the same emotions as women do. We feel sad, we feel hurt, we feel insecure, we feel angry, we feel emotionally drained, we feel depressed, we feel anxious. You know what I mean? You have all those feelings, TJ. I guarantee you.
I have 7 of those.
Which one do you not have?
I don't know.
You gotta talk about your feelings, man. I'm telling you, you bottle that shit up, it just comes out.
How does the audience feel about what Paul has just said?
Oh, I'm gonna be called a pussy, probably, but it's okay.
Oh, guys, come on.
Yeah,
it's okay. Man.
You can't fucking say the you things. Otherwise, I'd be like, Paul, I feel that you are a pussy bitch.
You can't say that.
You can't say
I
that. Though.
feel you. It's not a feeling. Feelings happen inside of you, TJ. I feel that you. Yes, you see, you can't.
Yeah, you can't turn it. That's why that's why they put that stipulation in there. That's why they did it.
Good. That's actually good advice when you're having marital conversations that get kind of heated.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Because even when you don't mean to be accusatory, you're kind of being, you are being, you know what I mean? When you say like, I hate it when you talk to me like that, or when you do this, or when you do that, it just
yeah,
finger is pointed, you know what I mean? And that's never, especially in a marital argument, that's never, you don't want to ever be doing this.
Yeah. De-escalation is definitely what you want in that situation.
One of the greatest de-escalation tactics, TJ, is being open and honest about your feelings.
Is it?
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Yes. I'm fucking being dead serious with you. Like, it doesn't mean capitulating. It means going, I feel hurt. This situation has made me feel very hurt and very insecure. And that's coming out in the form of anger.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of work tracing the roots, because anger, like I was taught, anger is pain, right? So anger is like an emotion that we express, but it really, like, if you trace the core of it, you're hurt. Like, you're emotionally hurt. You were made sad, made to feel bad about yourself. Your ego was bruised. Whatever it is, that's really the feeling that needs to be addressed. The anger is like a byproduct of that shit.
Yeah.
And you're a very toxic one too.
One thing I found out from talking to Chelsea is that, like, anger doesn't feel good for everybody. Cause, like, when I'm angry, like, it feels good to be angry. You know what I mean? Like, there's a negative, it's brought on by negative feelings, but, like, being angry, it feels like powerful, and it's like, yeah, I'm fucking angry, you know? Just want to fucking break shit and all this. And it's like a powerful, like, good feeling, like, ha ha, fuck you all.
Right.
And it doesn't, I mean, like, I guess it doesn't feel like that for everybody. Because, like, she talks about anger as being, like, something that's really, like, awful, you know? And to me, it's like a wonderful emotion. I mean, it's obviously bad because the results of it are terrible. But
right.
It feels good.
Yeah, it feels good in the moment because you're bottling up all the actual feelings, and then you're allowing yourself an emotional release in a way that doesn't challenge the manly idea.
Right, because it's like, no one, if a dude's like, I feel vulnerable or something, you know, there's like a lot of social stigma, like, oh, what a pussy bitch, or whatever the fuck.
What a fucking pussy.
But if you get mad and like, whoa, people are like, whoa, yeah, I approve of that particular emotion, yes.
Yeah.
So turning all of your other emotions into anger is like, yeah, that's the manly way.
Well, we saw that a recent example, the dude, the Costco, like, wear a mask. I feel threatened.
Feel threatened right
now. And honestly, you might have some people go, yeah, that's an appropriate response. But then you see a lot of people going, like, you're kind of immature and you flew off the fucking handle.
Yeah, because I mean, the social terrain is changing. You know?
That shit.
Yeah.
He made an ass of himself, but if you really if you were to like take a look at this dude's life, and I'm not, I don't know for sure, but I'd be willing to bet that he spends a lot of his time repressing the way he feels about shit.
Probably.
You don't just pop off. You know what I mean? Like anger management is about finding out why you're angry and addressing that, not like just bottling the anger until it releases in a big volcano blast that destroys everything in a fucking 3 square mile area. You know?
That's TJ for sure.
Yeah. You gotta get into that shit, TJ. You gotta, and you know what, dude? Chelsea is the perfect companion for this, because where you are insensitive or out of touch with your emotions, she is probably overly in touch with her emotions. You know what I mean? So you guys can she can teach you, TJ.
And you can teach her, TJ.
You can teach her.
You teach me, and I teach you.
Pokemon.
Dude, and they said kid shows never taught us anything. Lying motherfuckers right there. You and Chelsea come together. You guys already come together in marriage. You guys come together like Pokemon and Pokemon trainer, dude, and fucking have a beautiful, harmonious relationship where you express your lack of feelings and she says, I'm too emotional, and you guys can maybe meld those feelings into like a happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and do it, TJ. Go ahead right now. Go ahead, TJ. Go.
All right.
See ya. Go do that.
All right. I'm doing it.
Why are you not doing it?
I'm going to do it in a minute.
I'm going to do it in a minute. All right.
Yeah, I'll do it a little bit later.
We all need to do it.
Yeah. The reality is most of us are not going to change.
I'll do it.
People are capable of profound change, but most people
they're not.
Most people never do. But people are capable of profound change.
Oh, no, I 100% agree with you. People are capable. Is it possible? Yes, entirely possible. I would never argue it's impossible to change.
Yep.
What I argue is people seldom do change.
That is true.
And that's the unfortunate reality. I mean, like we're all guilty of that to some degree. It's like, it's like putting on weight like you guys have struggled with. It's just because like, you have these habits and it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this. Well, now I have this issue going on, so I'm gonna do that. Or, like someone like me, like I've had this explosive anger towards people. Really not like the setting of like, I'm gonna go to a Costco and get mad at somebody, but usually people I know, because like there's like some beef between us. And like you said, you bottle the anger up until you get so mad at that person. You're like, I want to fucking destroy you. I want to fucking smash you into fucking pieces. Because me and TJ like come from the same sort of like bloodline with that shit. Like anger to us is like, yeah, this is good. I'm right. And like the more you're convinced you're right, the angrier you get, the worse the outcome becomes.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Like for me, one of the things that helped me was the counselor I had for a long time. He told me, he said, look at try and observe the result of your anger. Like, even if you're not lashing out at somebody, if you're just being like, because I get in those moods sometimes where I'm just like unapproachable. I'm just, you know what I mean? And he's like, look at the results of that on other people, even when you're not lashing out on them. And I started to do that. And I noticed like girlfriends that I had at the time. I was in that therapy when I was still married. My wife, just like, you know what I mean? You'll see looks on their faces. They avoid you. They step out of your way in a certain way. And it's just like, you're radiating this negative shit into their life. It's not like you feel like all justified. Like I fucking have every right to sit here and be pissed. And I'm not lashing out at my significant other. I'm just going to sit here and fucking seethe. But really, that's fucking coming off of you. And it's affecting everybody in your household. You know what I mean? And it fucking sucks.
But I think you also recognize too that, people act as if like, oh, I'm in control of my emotional state. Like, and emotions themselves disprove that very heartily in my mind. Like when you get into those states where like you're seethingly mad, like I'm fucking so pissed and I don't even necessarily know why. There might not be some like rational reason in your head, like, oh, my car broke down, so I'm mad. It might just be like you said, you wake up or you just the day isn't going right. People are saying things you don't like, and it builds. And then, either you go off or you're right. Sometimes you just go, you know what, fuck, I'm fine. Like, and you just, so
here's
it's like
a grease trap take that people may not like hearing in general. And I'll speak for this country. This country has an anger problem. And I think most specifically, it has a male anger problem just because of what we're talking about here, how it is not, male children are not taught to express their feelings. Like if you guys, when you were little, busted into tears, what was the response from your dad?
I don't think my dad saw that.
My dad probably wouldn't have been around for that.
My dad probably been like, go see your mom.
Little, though. I mean, obviously, you guys.
You know what? I will tell you this, though. I'll tell you this. I remember, like, my dad's bedroom was getting remodeled. And you might remember this, too. Like, remember, like, the house in Boshin our dad had? The first one? Yeah. So he was in the house, and, like, his bedroom was moved to, like, the living room. Well, they did some new thing for it, because our dad was one of those guys, like, he had to remodel and change shit all the time. That's just how he was. So like there was a loft upstairs, like a single big room where we would play, like we had a TV and a Nintendo and all that shit. And it was like a pool table. Our dad's like, play up there. So that night, my dad's watching a movie in the thing on like his little, basically his bed, the mattress on the floor. And like, he's got some other shit like backed up, like the headboard or something. So he's still comfortable. And I'm like, I had some problem. Like, Dad, I'm sad. I want to see him like my mom. And he's like, you ain't going to see that bitch. I'm like, can I call her? You ain't calling her. No. I'm watching a fucking movie. Get the fuck out of here so I can watch this fucking movie. And I was like, and he's like, stop fucking crying. Shut up. Go away.
Yeah.
And then like I ended up like waiting for him to go to sleep and like calling my mom and at like the middle of the night, like heartbroken, Mommy, please come get me kind of shit. And of course my mom is like dying on the end. They're like, oh God. And my dad's like, pick up the phone. This is my time. You're not getting him. Good night. And then I was like, Ford, go back to bed.
Yeah.
Don't cause these problems. And then he, like a lot of times her dad was so hands off with like little kids. Was her evil fucking stepmother who was fucking some crazy Christian who was like, like the chip is getting implanted, the mark of the beast, the time is nigh, bullshit.
Yeah.
Terrible shit. But yeah, our dad pretty much like when we got upset.
My dad was. Yeah, go ahead.
Anytime we showed any sort of emotion like that I remember our dad was like, what the fuck is this?
Shut it down. You know what I mean?
And not only that, I don't even feel like it was like necessarily him reinforcing like some kind of like male stereotype shit so much as it was just like, this is inconvenient for me. I don't want to deal with this. Just shut up.
I mean, you know,
because my dad was kind of like, my dad was like, all right, I'm your father. All right, tickle, tickle. Okay, we had some fun. All right, I'm done parenting. Go on, go do whatever.
Sure.
You know, that was kind of like his attitude.
I think that's true of a lot of fathers.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, you know.
My dad had a kind of a standard response when I was little, you know, and I'd fall down and hurt myself or cry about something. It was dried up.
Dried up.
Dried up. And if he was mad at me, like if I was crying because I got caught doing something and I was in trouble, he'd say, dry it up or I'll give you something to cry about.
Oh, shit.
So
he's laying out the belt, basically, like, I'm about to spank your ass right fucking now if you don't shut the hell up with this.
Yep.
So for
it was very clearly reinforced that, you know, you don't feel that shit comes out in the male way, which is, you know, that's it.
I'm mad. Yeah.
But
it's some crazy ass shit, dude. No, I agree with you. I pretty much agree with that assessment entirely. I just feel like a lot of people I know, especially dudes, just have this fucking just kind of like well of emotions that you often, because there's only so many socially acceptable ones to them, it's usually just, I'm gonna get really pissed off at everyone, have a blow up. I mean, look at fucking Steve. How many fucking blow ups has Steve had? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you for the fucking life of me.
I mean, that's pretty much every dude. Like, I don't know a dude that, you know, doesn't go through this cycle at some point, you know? So it's a problem. It's what's causing all these outbursts in public and shit. Like, I watched a video today and I don't even know what the argument was about of a dude in a Burger King. Did you see this?
Yeah. Burger King Kevin, dude.
Burger King Kevin. So this dude is just yelling at this little
I hate this dude.
Fucking teenager kid. He's yelling, he's pointing about, I don't even know what it was about. And then he just bitch slaps this kid.
You know what I hate about even more? He kind of looks like fucking 2010 Scotty.
Yeah, he does look a lot like you.
I thought I hate him even more, dude. It's like, dude, this fucking kid's just working a fucking fast food job.
I mean, I don't know if he actually looks like you from the front, but profile, he does look like you.
Is this during COVID? Is this recent or is this something just popped?
You never
up?
seen this? Hold on, I can show you this shit.
I've seen it. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
like,
because you wouldn't know he looked. Yeah, well, it's just
posted on August 3rd, 2020.
Okay, so this is.
I don't know why they're not wearing any masks.
Before I get her put in jail for the rest of her life. Sir, you are on camera right now.
Sir, you are on camera right now. Slap.
Yeah.
Not the greatest reaction to being told you're on camera.
And wasn't it that his like nuggets were too spicy?
Yeah, it was some about chicken nuggets from what I read.
Well, he was saying something about this chick being put in jail for the rest of her life, so I don't know.
I mean, who the fuck? He must think he's like a fucking king or something. Like
the video as seen above begins in the middle of a customer's shouted comments about how an unnamed person was engaging in robbery and stealing stuff. The man then appears to reference another Burger King employee who's not seen in the video, telling the employee at the counter before slapping him, she needs to get yeah. I mean, the only thing I've heard is there was some kind of racist rant before it. That's the only thing I've heard about what happened before the video starts rolling. So I have no idea.
I mean, this is not shocking at all. Like in terms of like, because racism is tied to the same shit we're talking about.
Oh yeah,
it's an anger outlet. It's a way to blame other people for problems that are mostly yours. You know what I mean? I mean, society has problems for sure, and there's problems in society worthy of being angry about. But in your personal fucking life, like I always go with the fucking. I know you guys are not huge Radiohead fans, but they have a song called "Just," where I was listening to it today before the show. Where you know the fucking hook is, you do it to yourself. and that's what really hurts. You know what I mean? And that's one of the hardest things in the world to realize as a person, because I was like, for a long fucking time, I'd say up until I was on DP, maybe even like right around that time, and maybe even into DP, I had a pretty big fucking persecution complex. Because it's like, you look around, you look around at all the shit going on, and it starts to feel very personal. You know what I mean? Every fucking comment starts to feel personal. Every fucking thing going on in the world starts to feel like a personal affront. And you get this kind of complex of feeling like you're constantly being pressed in on by everybody around you. But really, I'd put myself there. You know what I mean? The issue was me. It was just how I was reacting to the world. It was how I was allowing other people to get in my head. It was, it's a hard thing to come to that realization. And even coming to that realization, I still suffer from it. You know what I mean? It's a hard trick to unlearn.
Well, you have to be something to soothe your kind of ego at the end of the day. If it's like, oh man, I'm really the common denominator in all these problems is me.
Right.
Obviously you can rationally realize that, but at the same time go like, man, maybe someone else had some other, involvement in it or some blame in it. It doesn't matter how small that is. You could say, well, this person did this to me. So it kind of set me off, but still.
You look at Burger King Kevin there, and yeah, that was what he did was fucking reprehensible and inexcusable, and he's a piece of shit and all of that. But like reacting to anger like that with nothing but anger is not addressing the problem. This is not an isolated incident. This is something that happens every fucking day in this country. Usually men lashing out at fucking employees or people out in public or punching people for no fucking reason. And it's all tied to this shit. It's all tied to unaddressed fucking emotional problems,
I'll tell you what, man. I mean, men maybe make a majority of it, but there's a lot of women that do this shit too. And it's like, I just see it all around. And you're right. Like, there's a lot of just anger in our society. And you can just totally tell, because like the videos where it's like people get mad in parking lots over a parking spot, or just like these issues that are like, it's such a trivial issue. Just most rational people you think would just move on, like, oh, this person took the spot in an asshole-ish way, but you know what? There's another spot 10 feet away. Let me get that spot and go on with my life. But then you have these big disputes over shit like that. So I mean, and we know it's not like, oh, they went to this fast food place and these people just fucked up so royally that he wanted to slap this dude. It was some other bullshit in his life that it's the baggage he brought in with him. It wasn't that Burger King did some egregious affront to him. It's like, I just killed your child. What now? It wasn't some horrible thing. It was the shit he brought in with him. And I can see that.
Yeah, for sure. We had TJ trying desperately to tune out this important conversation.
I'm trying to find out what the fuck Burger King Kevin's deal was. Let's see if there's anything else about it. He was charged with a few crimes, not assault, strangely enough.
That's fucking strange.
Fired from his job, obviously, at some kind of
good
most states
bullshit
like
manual labor job.
Yeah, would qualify as like misdemeanor battery.
Yeah, I don't think he was charged with battery either, though. Let me see. I'll show you. I'll read you the list of things he was charged with. Blah 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 blah.
I think it was like disorderly conduct.
He was charged with harassment, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief.
Yeah. Those are basically like minor misdemeanors.
And he was fired from his job.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't, he opened.
He didn't like beat the shit out of the guy or something.
Yeah, he did it once, and I mean, it was still a stupid thing to do. I mean, like, but like we said, it's like there's no way he just went in there and like he burned his nuggets, and now he wants to slap this dude. I mean, there's other shit going on in this fucking.
Yeah, this dude's got shit going on in his fucking life. He's pissed off all the time. His job probably fucking sucks.
Yeah,
not address any of the fucking problems in his life, and he comes in like that's why this type of shit happens, and especially is happening now because confronted. Like a lot of people are just hair triggers. They're waiting. Like they've got this fucking little seething ball of rage inside of them, and they're waiting for somebody to fucking confront them or say anything off kilter to them. They're just waiting for it. They're looking for that outlet.
I mean, I see that a lot with the like America's like gun culture and shit. And I'm not even like anti-gun. I'm actually considering getting a gun. But I notice a lot of people when they do get these guns, it's like the way they talk about it, you could tell they want someone to like try something so they can use their gun. It's like, oh man, Oh, I wish someone would try something. I wish someone would try something. They're like desperate to. It's not like to them. It's not like I have this gun to defend myself in case. But I hope that never happens. It's like, yeah, I'd like to see some motherfucker try. Yeah. Oh, I'd like to see him try. You know, like they just can't wait to fucking use that gun on somebody. It's like, you know.
Oh no, dude, I completely understand that.
Why is there this huge swath of people like, God, I want to just kill someone so fucking bad.
I have guns, but like they're like for the latter reasons here, like for self-defense. It's not like, and I always say, I'm like, the chances of a break-in happening here are slim to none. When we talk about it, I said, like, I mean, look, could it happen? Sure. I'm like, you know, I have 2 fucking dogs. I mean, that the minute someone tries to come to this house, you're gonna fucking go lose their minds like crazy. That's number one, why someone's not gonna want to do it. Number 2, and if they are dumb enough to go beyond those 2 dogs, then yeah. But I mean, what are the chances of that happening? Slim to fucking none where I live. So, I mean, I don't think it's much of a credible threat. Is it possible? Yes.
Most break-ins and burglaries happen when the people aren't home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So your house is way more likely to be broken into, and unfortunately, that gun be stolen. You know what I mean? Than it is to be used defending yourself from a fucking.
Oh yes, statistically, you're 100% right. It's more likely to be used by me on somebody, like in the family, in a moment of rage, or to be, like you said, stolen by somebody or whatever, or, you know, like, because people are just looking for that shit to, you know, to make money. And you're right. They're going to do it. They're not going to fucking wait till everyone's home at night. They're going to go during the day when no one's home.
I mean, there are these home invasions that happen, you know what I mean? But they're exceptionally fucking rare. Like the shit that happened to me, the carjacking and shit.
That's super rare.
I've never met another human being that's been through it. And I've talked openly about it on the internet. And I've met people that have had guns put to their head or been robbed at gunpoint or whatever. I've never once ran into another person that's been stuffed into a car and kidnapped and fucking taken at gunpoint and dumped in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's what happened to me was exceptionally fucking rare. You know what I mean? And having
yeah, that's not a normal occurrence. Like, that's like unbelievably rare thing. I mean, obviously there are people that's happened to, but like you said,
never met one.
That's like 0.1% of the population or some shit. So, I mean, I've never heard stories about people had like, we had some like fucking PE coach. They told us like an anti-gun thing. Like, talk about like how a gun was like, they're playing basketball and a gun was pulled on him. And they said, you know, you're going to die and all this stuff. And they robbed him and took all his shit. But then of course they just left him, you know? So, but it's like, and that's a crazy ass story. But like what you did, it's like Paul, what happened to you is like some fucking movie level shit. Like you could make, and I honestly believe this, you probably wouldn't want to because of the fucking trauma you experience. You could literally make a movie about what happened to you, and that could be an interesting fucking movie.
I mean, it would be definitely like a short film or something at the very least. There are people that just don't believe it. You know what I mean? Because it's so fucking insanely fucking crazy. But
I mean, there's proof that number one, there's a mountain of evidence that it happened. And why the fuck would Paul make that? Paul just had his buddy drop him off in a field naked so he could go knock on a fucking Madera farmer's door at 3
There are people that believe that I've just like made the entire story up.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't like
faked it. You know what I mean? But,
okay. I mean, like if they really looked into it, it's a matter of public record. They could fucking, you know. So like,
Paul, that never happened to you, bro.
Yo, bro, it never happened.
Paul, that never happened, bro.
Never happened.
Like, I know Paul has put some hot sauce on his stories, but like that'd be like fucking Paul just like force feeding you a gallon of hot sauce.
That's a story that needs no hot sauce.
It doesn't.
I don't add shit to that story. I recount that story as I remembered it because it's one of those stories that don't need it. It don't need dressing up.
No, it doesn't.
It is one of those things.
All right. Well,
grease trap.
That's a grease trap, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that everybody out there in this great big wide world of ours loved what we've done here. And we'll see you next time for more delicious, tantalizing, tasty grease. Oh, lap up that grease. Get it. Get that grease, motherfucker. Lick every fucking drop out of the grease trap. Hell yeah.
Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried.